Hey, very good afternoon, everyone. We are coming to you live today from Tony Rust, and yeah, we've got a surprise or two heading your way today as the guys are busy starting with qualifying. Another 10 minutes with qualifying still going. Yeah, as we know, Tony Rust to the western side of Windhoek, as you can see there on the screen. And yeah, we'll have a look at the guys qualifying now. But yes, I'm going to introduce you my co-commentators today, which is going to be Cleopas Aula, and we also got a just hold on, let me just get to this. We also got Neil. Yes, Toppy, Neil Rabi. Welcome, guys. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this afternoon stream. As we can see, the guys are busy with qualifying. So how are you guys doing today?
Let Neil go first.
Thank you, Neil. Yes, Neil Robbie. How's things looking your side?
I'm fine, Peter. Thank you very much for introducing me and thank you for the opportunity to do some commentating. I've done this for many years of my life. I've enjoyed it for 60 years of my life. And still very young man today. I remember Michael's dad. I remember Rolo and John's dad, Duppies. I remember meeting tension. We used to go to I remember there was how much interest and we studied about the new which is today still in existence. Maar ik had ook die jongen van vandaag, Rian van Reensburg en twee keer gaan, Henry Bishop en die twee van die jaren. Ik heb ook die architectuur en die twee mannen daar van die architectuur. Dat is de beste die krijgt. We done it, we feel there, we found a teacher, maar moest je daar naar uit op vandaag weet, er is eigenlijk naar vast. En ik geniet op vandaag. Dat is een beetje en nou, wat dan. Maar die bent ook mooi. Ik ben die dag van die afgelopen mei, die volgende, dat is zo goed gebeurd in de Olympiek. Allemaal wat anders. Maar mijn technologie is misschien een beetje.
Yeah, great, Cleopas. And from your side, how's things on your side today?
Oh, I'm just excited for today's racing. These polos are fast. The track is beautiful. It's so awesome. So I'm excited to see what's actually going to happen. Plus, I'm in the commentary booth with a legend, Neil. So this is awesome. Plus with you as well, Peter. Not to say that you're not a legend. You're both legends. It's just that this is a new legend. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, so you can...
Ja, ik heb mooi, ik kan het steeds gebeuren, maar je weet het nog niet meer. Ik kijk naar Theresa, mijn laptop, maar ik zou iets morgen iets gebeurd. Ik waar verloren kan. Maar dit is 10 years, I remember 10 years, we got a track in 1960, 1960. En Michael Sapa, en ik ben nog van het huis. I think we are actually figure out good patient. We are good. And still what happens? The youngsters are doing,
Yeah, as we can see, yeah, James Crook still up there in front, so 1:00.5 so far. Arnie van Rooyen in second place and Kian Goos in third place with a 1:00.7, so only about 0.2 of a second between the three guys at top. Andre Basonde in fourth, Basil van Rijn fifth, Tommy Leary Moss in sixth place and Wilro Dippenaar 7, Pieter Grobler 8, Herman Nieuwoud and then Jandre Dippenaar bringing up the top 10.
Maar very common. In this case, what comes in the kitchen, I mean, rest of the land, because this way, to Asana, what is the activity? Masters, go fish, what's happening here?
Daniel, you are breaking up a bit with your microphone. Yeah, this the Polo Super Cup is quite a nippy car, you know. The guys use running open setups, and yeah, and quite nicely balanced if you get the setup nicely tuned. And as you can see, only about 1 second between the guys from first to 14th place. So the guys are quite quick today.
That is cool, and I love it. The choice of the car, the switch, and the videos, I see there's a lot of cars around something. The figure about the rain coming, at 245, 60, what is the size of the car? Maybe some talk about the kilowatt. The current innovator and the set up the Jackson. They do. Any information about that?
So I didn't quite hear you there, Neil. Could you say it again, please?
I'm just trying to figure out what is the kilowatts in a vehicle. I see there's a lot of rain clouds around. And maybe the size of the tire, and I figure about the pictures, and I figure about looking at the weather intermediates, ready, handy, and being warmed up. Or everybody, is it the normal both with the pedals in the middle?
Yeah, so but basically what happens through the series is the top guys getting a little bit of a weight penalty to bring everyone in line. So there are guys running with penalty. I think maybe Cleo can give us some more detail on that later during the race. I think Volro Dippenaar is running, I think, with 75 kilograms as far as I can recall. Yeah, some of the guys do have weight, and just to bring everyone back into line to make the racing very much closer. So yeah, still James Krook, Dani van Rooyen and Kian Goos the top three.
Yep. And the last to see whether I'm getting up there. I think it's a good driver. Also, Machine North. And then she should go. And let's see what she can do. I hope she's got a driving suit. So it's a perfect.
Yeah, Johnny Lee is driving very nicely, and she's giving the guys a very good go as well. Very consistent driver, and yeah, she's doing really, really well.
That's cool.
I actually want to bring two drivers to your attention. Dani van Rooyen as well as Andre Basson. Dani, we know, is good with a rear-wheel drive car. He's a legend in his own right with that, but pulling a P2 with a front-wheel drive monster like this on such an awesome track, that's something to say about his talent. But also Andre Basson, who I think this is maybe his fifth race with us, and he's in P4 right now, making Kian, Dani, and James all sweat. So Andre looks like he's here to play. He's here to do work with us on Tony Rust today.
Makes sense, Clifford. Makes sense. I agree with you. And I like the track. It looks dry. The line seems to be fine. Everybody seems to cut the cones a little bit on the left. But it's slightly oppressed, and maybe the setup. Not yet. Like a two. Actually, the down in the binnacle. We used to race that track. You see them down at we used to race that track. I did track. I never lost the start of it.
looks like Andre might do something here. Just following, using that slipstream to his advantage. Down the front, straight. Just trying to improve on his time. He was following James Crook.
James Cook, because he just can you put Donga normal series? We can get it by how otherwise can't see more. So you come in, GPI. Whoa, that's funny. Masa.
He just went off.
I just got him on a loop. The basis was the pitch. Cool.
Yeah, basically qualifying done with James Crook taking pole position. So very well done. I'm just gonna go.
Just for you guys to know something. We were standing at this track a couple of years ago, about 20 years ago. And on the left side, actually got down to the bottom corner. Then now we came with Marvel Face. I think it's Dash brother. He just won $1 million at the Wonders Rugby Club Pro. That's exciting. Okay, now we go. Start on the way. That's it!
Yeah, so basically we're going to go over to the race server. We will be right back in a few moments. Just basically, the guys are just busy. Yeah, the guys are just busy changing the servers again, and we will be right back.
No?
Okay, the race director got the lights on and we are ready to race.
No.
Someone got a bad start there. The guys at the front get away well.
Tommy really lined up that start perfectly.
Donny van Rooyen had a good start there in first place.
I know something happened to James. He just jumped straight into the pits.
Yeah, it looks like everyone jumped into the pits. It looks like a restart of the race.
Yeah, it looks that way.
That may be.
I think we'll just have a look and see what's going on. We will be right back again. Great, yeah, and we got live. We're live again. Seems like we just had a little bit of a technical issue there. Guys are already on the starting line, with about 20 seconds to go. Yeah, Cleo, who's your money on?
But I'm really looking forward to James and Andre Bosson. I believe in Andre. Rookie is going to show us what it's like.
Great, yeah, and we've got the director's lights on, and we're ready to go and
What's
off.
up? Alright, not too bad. Somebody's making a move on the right hand side. Oh, you're on the left. Inside line. Ooh, what a disaster.
Yeah, see, Donny got a good start there with James in the second place and Tommy Leary in third.
This feeling that the wind is going to pan on there. You can see that dark clouds in the impact. Oh, sounds great.
One thing just to remind the viewers is that, not really remind them, more inform them. Tommy has the weight penalty. He's running with 33 kilos more than everyone else in the field. Okay, not more than everyone else, but 33 kilos is the ballast. And yeah, he hooked it off the line perfectly. He put in a crazy qualifying lap. So let's see what he can actually do with it.
If it's just a very few viewers, positive, it's something by the kilos he's going to carry as a penalty. As the second, bigger weight, how do they do that?
James got back on the first corner, went on the inside to Donny and managed to get past Donny. James Crook.
No, that is good.
After the first lap, James Crook, Donny van Rooyen, Tommy Leary Moss, top three guys. Basil van Rijn also very close to Michael Rust, going onto the inside, onto the main straight. Right next to Michael Rust. Going down to turn 1. Up front, Andre Besson and Kian Goos also having a dice for that 4th place. Basil van Rijn just managed to keep in front of Basil there. Kian and Andre Besson banging a little bit of doors here, but keeping it well under control there.
One driver I want to bring to yours and Neil's attention is Vulro Dippener. He's trying to fight his way back. He fell down quite earlier on in the race, but he's working and struggling to get past Arno.
We're in 11th place, coming back. I'm sure he will be up to speed quickly again. So James Crook, Dani van Rooyen, Tommy Lerimos, Kian Goos, Andre Besson, the top 5 guys. Now Wilro using that turn 1 very well and managed to get past Arno Stadler. Sorry, not Arno, so Anru.
Arno, oh sorry, not Arno.
I was also thinking Arno. Easier to pronounce, but yeah, Anru. Sorry for that, Anru. Tommy Leary also not letting Dani van Rooyen go, keeping quite close to him. We're on board with Tommy Leary.
Like the extra 33 kilos has added more to Tommy's talent as well. Like he is really pushing.
Now he's right behind Dani, right in the slipstream.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Alright, cool. I'm off and running. You see the red is getting to the green. Who says, yeah, that's Basil van Rooyen. Van Rooyen. That's good. What is it? And
Brunel, you are breaking up a little bit there. Just on screen we've got Kian Goos trying to get past Andre Besson. Kian still very close to Andre Besson. Going through that last corner onto the main straight, see if he can pull it through within the slipstream.
Quick update on Wilro's situation. Looks like he's finally gonna get past Anro, but nope, Anro's getting him back on the straight. They're going side by side into turn 1.
Kian managed to get onto the inside of Andre Besson there, but Andre using the cutback and getting back in front of Kian. Great dice there for that 4th place.
You're busy enjoying the dice for 4th. I was enjoying the dice for 10th.
Peter Grobler and Jandre Dippen are now battling for 8th place. Also, they're right next to each other. Action all over the place.
The place. This is what we get close to the capital city. Just so Neil knows, the capital's not that bad.
That's not safe. I remember that voice. Because like you can't
What a pass by Jandre. Can he keep it though?
Not that.
Now, Jandre managed to get on the outside of Peter Grobler. Well done. And then there are 3 wide. Andrew, Wildrew and Peter Miller. Peter Grobler. And all of them were...
That's so unfortunate. But Jandre is just running away now.
Yes,
He's free.
yeah, with that 3 aside, which was gonna be ending up in tears from the moment we saw that.
You just say to the experience of a rally driver. What improved the top of rally was you did unbelievably well.
Yeah.
That car was speeding like a horse.
Yeah, so basically still James Crook leading with about 1.5 seconds from Donny van Rooyen. Donny doing well in the front wheel drive, like Cleo mentioned earlier. He prefers a back wheel drive car. Tom Leary Moss also in the 3rd place with Andre Besson in 4th.
Ooh, I see Basil's reeling in Kian, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm keeping my eye on that gap, about 0.6 now, so we'll see that unfolding soon. I'm sure of Peter Grobler and Andrew and Wilro getting back up to speed again after that little incident.
And just a shout out to Michael Rust. He's driving on his track, and as usual, he's putting in one of those Michael Rust sessions of just calm, smooth, no incidents, just keeping it easy. Slowly make up his places. Just staying behind Basil, just keep making sure that he's close to him so that if anything happens when they start fighting, he can capitalize.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, as we know, Michael Rust, very smooth driver, consistent driver, doing very well, and pound on other drivers' mistakes the moment it appears. Great solid drive so far.
That is good to see. So good to see.
Andre Besson also keeping close area of Tommy Leary Moss, about a 0.5 of a second behind him. He's getting back to Andrews, also getting back up to speed again, following Peter Grobler now very closely within half a second. Andre Besson now very close to Tommy Leary Moss.
Andre is doing work, trying to get something out of this race.
Yes, definitely, yeah. But as we know, also Tommy Leary, a wild old, wide, can I say, a very defensive driver as well. But yeah, he just gave a little bit of room there for Andre, and Andre went past. But Andre had to fall back into behind Tommy because of that. He had a line for the next corner down the main straight again.
Yeah, and Tommy has that weight penalty, but it's not going to hold him back. He's still going to make Andre earn the pass, and Andre is willing to go to war for that position.
Definitely. Again, they were side by side coming into turn 1.
Oh.
And Tommy doing the cutback. Great driving around that corner there. Tommy gave yes. That was about 7 minutes to go. James Crook, Dani van Rooyen, and this battle between Andre and Tommy Leary for that final podium position.
Just going to quickly jump to another section of the track.
Kian Gouws also doing a very solid job today in 5th place. Managing a gap to Basil van Rooyen about almost about 0.9 of a second. Young man is doing very well today. And Johnny Lee in 14th place. Herman Nieuwoud doing a good job in 13.
Yeah, you can clearly see Journey's just waiting for Herman to buckle under the pressure. She's just trying to apply just a little bit, make Herman sweat just a bit, and then if he gets those wheels off the track, especially like on this final corner or the second last corner, she can pounce.
Oh, we've got Pieter Grobler now right behind Rudy van der Westhuizen. Battling for 10th place. Gonna quickly jump up to the front. Jan Gouws just running a little bit wide. Having a battle with Tommy Leary. Tommy must have had a little bit of a problem because Andre Basson now had a 5-second lead on them. So this battle for, it's this now for 5th place. 3 cars, Kian Gouws, Basil and Tom Leary Moss.
Yeah.
Kian on the inside of that last corner, managing to go down the straight in front of Tommy. Tommy looking for that inside line.
Can't get the cut back. Kian sort of has it. It's a little bit of contact, but nothing too crazy. And Basil wants to join in this party.
Tommy just looking for that inside line to get to that last corner. Little bit of contact there. He kept it under control, but also now giving Michael Rust and just behind Tommy now the opportunity to get closer.
Excuse me. And Basil took advantage of Tommy going off the line there just a little bit. And also Basil has that weight penalty as well. I think he has the 66 kilo ballast. So Tommy and Basil really representing, as well as Michael, for the ballast boys, if you will.
Yes.
While Vilro is struggling quite a bit. He's in P9 right now after that little incident earlier, trying to reel in his brother.
See, Basil not letting Kian get away, so just managing that 0.6 of a gap. Mike Rust also trying to get closer to Tommy Leary, but after that few incidents, lap or two ago for Tommy, seems like he's getting back up to speed again. Just defending well against Mike Rust.
One driver I wish I was not is James Crook. Danny van Rooyen is just on his tail, making him sweat the whole time. But James is calm. James is putting in the shift of the gods right now, trying to survive. There's only 1 minute 40 seconds basically left and a lap. And Danny's not letting him go.
Yeah, Danny did well to get caught back up, get closer to James.
This is just too intense. The guys are just so smooth. Ooh, I just noticed something. Peter Krobler went to the pits. Oh, I think he actually disconnected from the server.
Yes, I
and
think
reconnected now.
Danny now 0.7 behind James.
Wow. And there's 30 seconds and a lap left to go.
They were doing about similar lap times. James did a 1:00.8 and Danny a 1:00.7, slightly quicker.
Those two are taking it down to the wire.
Keeping an eye on the 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th guy. Also very close to each other. Small little mistake from any of them and the other guy will just use the opportunity and pass them.
Exactly. I believe they're going on to the final lap now. So this is, if Danny wants to get this win, he has to do it here. He has to drive that Polo on the edge, take every corner perfectly, and hope James doesn't.
Yes, yeah, he pulled another 0.2 of a second closer, so he's now 0.5.
Ooh, and the car got a little unsettled there.
A slight wiggle there.
Yeah, it looks like
there's a problem there with Danny, so
yes. We
slowing
might have-
down.
Did he run out of fuel, maybe?
I can see him full throttling, but yeah, something is wrong there.
Oh, that's unfortunate. And Andre Vassons is going to take it. Everyone
is going to
take
pass
it.
him, yeah.
Either he blew his engine or he's out of fuel.
That's a very well done, James Crook. Well-deserved win there. Had some bad luck for Danny van Rooyen. Andre Basson, Kian Goos in third. In Basil, Tommy Leary Moss, Michael Rust, Jandre Dippenaar. Also had a quiet but solid race. Walro Dippenaar coming in 8th.
Oh, look at this.
Rudy van der Westhuizen in 9.
Anro's helping Danny over the finish line. And who's helping Rudy as well? They're gonna have a little motorcade. Is that Tommy? Going to push Danny over the finish line.
Danny, Andrew, and I think it's Peter Grobler behind them. Great job, guys. Now Danny, we managed to get to 10th after his technical problem, and now we assume it's fuel. Yeah, great race, guys. All action all over.
That was a lot of action, a lot of pressure. And James and Andre, well done. I called it. I don't have the commentator's gun. I don't have it.
Great job there, Cleo. Great, yeah, we're gonna make ready for the second race, and we will be back in a while. And if it is action-packed like the first race, gonna have some great fun joining you just in a little bit of a while.
Yes.
These expectations keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm trying to live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to think, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10.
show up in the party, fire than everybody. We show up in the party, fire than everybody.
We show up in the party, fire than everybody. We show up in the party, fire than everybody. We show up in the party, fire than everybody. We show up in the party.
We show up in the party. We show up in the party. We show up in the party. We show up in the party. in the party, fire than everybody.
We show up in the party, fire than everybody.
We show up in the party, fire than everybody.
We show up in the party.
We show up in the party. We show up in the party. We show up in the party.
And we are back live from Tony Rust for the second race. And yeah, if we can see what happened in the first race, a lot of action all over. And yeah, Stew called it, James Crook, very well done on that win. Donny van Rooyen had a little bit of a technical issue, and he got some assistance to finish in 10th place. Yeah, Cleo, any thoughts of that first race?
During the break just now, I actually thought about what I said. Maybe one could think that I had commentator's curse on Danny, maybe, because he was going to finish P2 and then Juju had it that he probably ran out of fuel, so maybe. That's pretty much my only thoughts on it, apart from it also being such an epic race. Lots of battles all over the place. Everyone was driving like champions. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yes.
But
That's
now it's
good.
race 2.
Yeah, it's gonna be excited again. I wanna see if I can probably get. I'm gonna quickly pull Donny over and hear what happened there.
Yeah.
Donny van Rooyen, you are live. Sorry to just quick comment on what happened on that last race.
Hi, Peter. I went in the wrong gear and blew the motor.
Oh,
Yeah, just as I was catching James Crook.
yeah. We saw that live. I was scared that I cursed you somehow. So that was really, really hectic. Because
Yeah,
we just saw you catching up, and then you stopped.
Yeah, you know, I'm not keen on these front wheel drives, but I like them, but it takes me about 6 to 7 minutes to get my rhythm, and I got it, and then I blew up the motor.
Oh, that's so unlucky.
So let's try and not do that to the second race.
Awesome, yes. Okay, great race there, Donny. Yeah, you
Thanks, Peter.
pulled back a lot of time there. Okay, I'll just move you again back to that other channel. Thank you so much for the comment.
Okay,
Good luck.
thank you.
Yeah, as we heard from Donny, blew up his engine. Yeah, unfortunately these things do happen. So let's look at see how the second race is going.
Everyone's on the grid. Any thoughts for you, Peter? Any bets that you are willing to make for this one?
You know, Tony Rust is can be very unpredictable, and because things happen here. I'm not gonna put some money on someone, but let's see what the guys will bring. And if I had to, you know, Kian Goos is probably my wild card for this one.
I have a feeling Vilro wants to redeem himself from the last race. So I want to see what he's actually going to be doing. 5 seconds.
See, the lights are on, and some guys had a little bit of a quick start there. Tommy Leary Moss had a good start. Andre Besson, James Crook and Kian Goos. And James Crook on the inside of Kian through turn 4. Wilro Dippen are also very close to Kian. They're in 5th place.
And Tommy's trying to get away, but Andre says no.
Yeah,
We're
Andre
going to
looking-
continue this battle.
Yes. Yeah, Andre on the inside of Tommy and also Kian on the inside of James.
Parked it on the apex, took the position.
And James Crook they managed to get the cut back onto Kian, getting past him again in 3rd.
So much
Kian.
action happening at the front of the pack.
Kian ran a little bit wide there, giving Wilro the opportunity to get into the inside. On the last corner down the main straight. And Kian got a good drive out of the last corner. He can get on the outside of Wilro. Yeah, managed to get a good pass there. Andre Besson then also got on the inside of Tommy and passed him for that 1st place. And again Tommy trying to get onto the inside of Andre.
These two. I see at the back of the pack, Rudy is trying to put some pressure on Andro, trying to reel him in slowly, whilst Joni's just running her race, keeping the same space between herself as well as Rudy, and Herman Nivot is slowly reeling her in though.
Yeah, up front Tommy is again looking for that inside line into turn 1. Outbreak himself a little bit there, giving
Ooh,
Andre
and
the
James
position
smells
back.
blood. James smells blood in the water. James wants it.
They're right behind Tommy now.
Oh.
There's a little bit of contact between James and Tommy there. And unfortunately Tommy hit a little bit of contact there by Wilro and Kian as well, but well controlled.
That's the one thing that's so tricky about Tony Russ, especially at turn 3, where once you go off, it's so difficult to get the car back on. The sand is just so slippery, and then once you hit those tires, it's over.
We've got this little train for 4th place, Kian, Wilro and Basil. And again they're almost 3 wide coming to turn 1.
I'm pretty sure all of them are nervous, just because thinking about what happened in the last race, specifically when they all went 3 wide the last time. So
Yes.
And as Danny said before, he just needs to get into the groove so he can continue his ascension. But it's not like these guys are slow who are in front of him.
I see Jandre Dippenaar popped into third place. I think it was he was battling, not Wilro. Jandre and Wilro, yeah. Well done there for and Basil was also in there, but it was actually Jandre and Wilro who were battling with Kian 3 wide.
I can just imagine what's going through Jandre's mind right now. He can see James and Andre in front of him. There's still 14 and a half minutes left. There's more than enough time to reel them in. He just needs to get his lines right, be smooth, be consistent, and have exactly what happened to James now, go off the track a little bit. He can actually reel them in.
Yes. And there's a 7-car battle for that third place podium.
That's the SRAC way. Action-packed racing.
Kian defending the inside line from Wilro.
Just bringing your attention to the back of the grid, it looks like Herman has finally caught up to Joni. So he's going to start applying some pressure on her to get the pass done. But Joni also caught up to Rudy as well. So this might be quite interesting.
A lot of action there for that third place. Jandre ran a little bit wide in turn 1, giving Dani van Rooyen and Kian and Wilro and Basil that got past him. There's a single mistake and he lost 5 positions.
That is insane. I just looked down at the back of the grid for a second and then Jandre moved 5 places. And Michael also is now fighting Jandre for his spot.
Yeah, I see Michael also now coming into the party there, yes.
Oh, and I just jumped to Rudy and Rudy went off the track. I'm not too sure what happened, but he went far off the track.
Up front we still got Andre and James reeling in slowly by a 0.2 of a lap that time. And then that battle for that third place, Dani van Rooyen, Kian in fourth, Basil and Jandre. Wilro had a little bit of a problem. Now it's behind Andro Stadler.
Plus Voro's running with a 75 kilo ballast, so the heaviest of the bunch. It looks like he's probably really struggling with that car and that extra weight.
Yes. Probably just the acceleration out of the corners hampering it a bit because of that weight. And the battle for 6th place with Michael and Jandre. Jandre going to the inside, going down to turn 1. Mike Rust using that wider line to get some more traction out of the corner. Now the car length in front of Jandre.
Right there, I can picture exactly what Voro was saying to Michael. Saying, this is your track, Michael, but this is my race. I'm taking it. And he's running away.
I marked it well there on the outside because Jandre was going onto the inside through 3 and managed to go up front there. And up front, James Cook is now within 0.4 of a second from Andre.
Oof. Andre is driving like he stole it. But James Crook is... Saps is the Hawk, is Hawks. He's trying to catch him now.
Use that turn 1 very well and pass Andre. Andre is not giving up, trying to get back into the inside. James has had a little bit of more acceleration out of that first corner.
Can you imagine what's going through Andre's head right now? Because it's like, this can be his first win if he can just keep the pace. But James is also sitting there thinking, I won the last race, I want to win again. So the pressure, the nerves.
Let me tell you, I don't think Andre is gonna give up that easy. So unless James got something special, he can pull away. But down the long main straight, I see Andre is getting closer again.
Yeah, that is so true.
Just too far away for to see if I can get onto the inside. Basil also is trying to get closer to Kian there in 4th place.
Basil's pushing.
Yeah, Wilro and Chandra Dippen are now next to each other.
No family orders in this one. They are going to run it to the limit.
Yeah, with them battling, Michael Rust had a little bit of room to breathe up front of them. Now the 3 second, and no, just more than a second he pulled out.
It's a massive train. Woo. Everyone's on the edge.
Andre tried to get to that inside, but Wilro shut the door there for a moment, but he's right there still. Wilro now getting onto the inside of Chandra, and Andre following him.
Just doing a little sneaky move there.
And also Tommy Leary Moss also right next to Chandra, looking for that inside line on the braking. Just a little bit of too hard for Tommy there in turn 1.
That was very unfortunate there. Because he just outbraked himself a little bit, span out one car, and then got T-boned.
Yeah, up front, James Crook is managing a 0.7 of a second lead, but the battle for 4th place, Basil van Rij now got very close to Kian. Yeah, and Dani van Rooyen doing a good job to get back into 3rd. Herman Nieuwoud in 12th place. Tommy Leary was getting back up to speed again after the unfortunate incident into turn 1. Johnny Lee in 10th.
So 6 minutes and a lap left. And everyone is trying to find their space on the track. But some are just applying pressures on others.
It's a good time to start putting pressure on, depending on how your tires are worn, to see how if you can gain a place or two at this stage of the race. And Basil van Rijn still trying to get closer to Kian, but Kian managing that 0.5, 0.6 of a second gap. And Tommy Leary also getting back up to speed, getting closer to Johnny Lee. With 5 minutes to go, still James Crook, Andre Basson, Dani van Rooyen, Kian Goos, Basil van Rijn, Michael Rust, Wilro Dippenaar, John Ray Dippenaar, Andrew Stadler, Johnny Lee, and Tommy Leary 11th, and Herman Nieuwoud in 12th.
Looks like James is opening that gap. Looks like it's a second now between him and Andre. More like a second and a half now.
Yes.
It also looks like Danny is just pretty much safe, sitting pretty like a 3-second gap in front of him and a 3-second gap behind him. So no
Kian,
complaints from him, I think.
yes. Kian Goos is a little bit of a mistake in turn 3, I think, giving Basil the opportunity to get right back up to him.
Oh, there was a little accident further back between Joni and Tommy. The two siblings had a little bit of an incident there. I'm not too sure what happened.
I see Tommy is waiting for Joni to get past again. And we're on board with Basil, see if he can get closer to Kian. Yeah, up front, Andre Basson also now that 1.5 second, he got back to within a second.
Sweet. Never give up. Still 2.5 minutes and a lap left, so anything can happen. Kian's sweating underneath the pressure from Basil, but let's not forget Basil has a 66 kilogram ballast in his car, so might be a little tricky for him to catch him. But then again, all it takes is one mess up on one corner.
Going on board with Joni Lee. He's he and Tommy running a little bit wide to the last corner. And Joni Lee using the opportunity to go past Tommy Lee.
And knowing Tommy, he must be very disappointed with his performance right now, with himself, with the little incidents that happened, but he has to just keep his head down and keep pushing. The race isn't over yet. He can get some positions back. Anything can happen.
And James Crook so far driving very well up front. Andre Basson 0.8 of a second now.
I just found an interesting fight that's going to happen now between Volro and Michael Rust. Near the end of this race, Volro's reeling Michael in. Volro with the 75 kilogram ballast, but he's pulling. Wanted to try to get Michael on the inside there, but took it a little bit too tight.
Looking back from Michael Rust's car, see if Volro can get closer down the main straight. Laura got a good drive out of that turn 1. Uphill to 2. And up front, Andre Basson is now within 0.3 of James.
And it's the last lap. They see Tommy in front of him, of them.
James keeping to that inside line. If Andre got a drive out of the corner.
Can Andre do something here?
Looking for that inside line.
With Tommy
And
there,
he's next to him.
turn. Oh no!
James had a little bit of a lockout on entry there. Giving
Just a
Andre
little
that.
bit.
Yes.
The rear tires just touching the sand as well. Getting past Tommy, the back marker. Oh, James must be so livid with himself with what happened. But Andre Basson, with his first win, he must be over the moon right now.
Yes, Andre Basson first place. James Crook second. Dani van Rooyen third. Well done, Andre. Use the opportunity well there.
God. Wow.
Ian in fourth. Basil van Rijn in fifth. Michael Rust 6 and Waldro Dippenaar followed by Andre Dippenaar, Andrew Stadler, Herman Nieuwoud bringing up top 10. Tony Lee Markham and Tommy Leary Moss 12th and Rudy van der Westhuizen in the pits.
That was amazing. Wow, wow, wow.
Well done,
Right
Andre,
at the
there.
end.
If I can get Andre back in the commentary if he's available. See if he's online.
Yeah, so you can give me the cuts of his winnings.
Yeah, unfortunately he's not online. I think see if we can get James Crook in here, see if he's online. Unfortunately they not online, so get him back into the commentating booth. But wow, what a race, action all over the place.
All over the place. It was hard to follow. But I hope the viewers on YouTube enjoyed it. I see Anthony was there, then Dev, Monet was also there. Thanks guys for viewing and watching this. I hope you all had fun like we did. That was amazing.
Yeah, congratulations Andre Basson, James Crook, Dani van Rooyen, Ian in fourth, Basil van Rijn, Michael Rust, Wilro John Ray, and Andrew and Herman Nieuwoud bringing up the top 10. Wow, action all over, and as we said in the past, you know, we don't actually realize how quick these races go
Yeah.
because of all the action. Yeah, thank you very much everyone watching with us. We had a few incidents, technical issues front, but yeah, we'll always room for improvement. As you say, we learn from mistakes and we fix them and we move on.
100% correct. That's how we all get better.
Yeah, I think next outing will be the V8 Masters, also here at Tony Rust. And the next Polo Cup race will be at, I think Kailami, if I'm not, or Killarney, one of the two tracks.
One of the key tracks.
Yeah, one of the K1s, yeah. So yeah, yes, I think we've got still another 2 rounds left after this one. And looking forward to those ones as well.
Oh, those two races are going to be amazing as usual. Plus the V8 Masters this coming weekend, with the Civics in between. Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. So much more racing to come, so much more action.
Oh, so yeah, thank you, Cleopas, for joining me in the commentating booth. Yeah, we're gonna surely sort out Neil Robbie's equipment, and we will be having Neil in the commentating booth the next round next weekend.
Yes.
Especially he is very knowledgeable of the Tony Rust racetrack and all the guys up there in Namibia. Would be quite interesting to hear all the stories behind the legends there.
Oh, yes. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Great. Yeah, thank you, Cleopas. Until next time, everyone keep healthy and be safe out there. Until we catch you again, very good evening to everyone, and get all those practice laps in, all the sim racers, and everyone that wants to join us. Please, contact us, and we'll get you up and racing very quickly.
Thanks as well, Peter. Cheers. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Cheers, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.